Hi everyone, Joss Willard back again for video number 4 today. Once again, me and my buddy Mario over here, we're going to talk to you about anxiety. Yesterday, we talked about ways to get through an anxiety attack or a panic attack. And I got some great responses from that. I got some great feedback, some great private messages, some great comments. Absolutely love them. Please, by all means, if you have methods that you use to get through anxiety attacks or panic attacks, please send them on to me. I'm happy to share them. I'm happy to learn about them. It does nothing but help when we share the things that help us to get through things. So awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. But I think it's safe to say that for most of us, as much as it is nice to have those tools in our back pocket to help us get through an anxiety attack, what we would really like to do is not have to deal with anxiety attacks anymore. So I'm not going to give you a treatment program today because everybody's anxiety is different. Highly recommend you talk to a professional one-on-one. You can come and talk to me. You can talk to a therapist. You can talk to a psychologist, psychiatrist. But talk to a competent professional about your unique situation before you start any sort of a treatment program. But what I want to talk to you today about is some tips, some tools, some things that you can do to affect your environment, right? And make it easier for your brain and your body to believe that maybe an anxiety attack isn't as necessary as they have been in the past. All right? So some things that we can do about environment. Well, let's talk first about the internal environment. This is where the anxiety comes to visit. This is where the anxiety, sometimes it feels like it's moved in to live permanently. So let's talk about how we can fix this environment, or how we can help to make this environment as unwelcoming for anxiety as possible. So number one, let's look at what we put into the environment, right? The foods that we eat. Are we eating a lot of sugars? Are we eating a lot of starches? Are we eating a lot of candy? The types of things that amp us up a little bit. Are we drinking a lot of energy drinks? Are we drinking a lot of caffeine? What are we putting in there? And remember, the types of food and drink that we bring in, if they're the types of things that cause a normal body to get more amped up, they will cause an anxious body to get more anxious, right? So the foods that we eat will affect this environment and make it either more or less prone to anxiety. Remember that biology matters. You will have people that tell you, oh, no, we can overcome anything in our biology. All you have to do is believe the right things and have the right strength of mind or whatever. This is where the thought of, positive thinking will save you from anxiety. Well, I got news for you. Positive thinking is not a long-term answer to anxiety or overwhelm. All right, it's great for times, for moments, but it's not a long-term fix. And although, yes, we can overcome our biology, we can overcome genetics, we can overcome any number of things that are built in, we have to know that they're there, and we have to understand that they are actually factors. So the food that we eat, the amount of sleep that we are getting, the amount of exercise that we are doing, all of those will affect how prone we are to feeling anxious, how prone we are to anxiety or panic attacks, okay? So, number one, like I said, take a look at the food that you're putting in. Try to eat a healthier diet. Talk to a nutritionist. Talk to a specialist in nutrition. Look at those things that can help to calm the body down. Number two, like I said, get some sleep. Make sure you're getting that 6 to 9 hours of sleep a night. It varies based on the person, what you actually need. Some people say 8 is the magic number for everyone. It doesn't matter. Find the number that works for you. Do your best to get sleep. Now, you'll tell me, hey, Joss, I have anxiety that gives me insomnia. It's really difficult to get to sleep. I understand that. So what we want to do is we want to prepare as much as we can to give you the sleep that you need. Shut off all of your electronics, all of your bright lights, all of your TV, all those types of things. Minimize the input into your brain for a half an hour before you want to go to sleep. You can read a book. That's fine. Preferably something happy. You can sing. You can write in your journal, things that let your brain sort of unwind and get in touch with things and slow your body down physically, right? Those can help you to get to sleep. There's different things that you can take or eat or drink. There's been some talk about tart cherry juice and how that might be helpful, melatonin, things like that. Not recommending any of those because I don't know your system, I don't know your body, I don't know whether or not it would be good for you or not, but talk to a nutritionist who knows what they're doing or a naturopath. They can definitely help you with those to figure those types of things out. So food, sleep, exercise. What types of exercise are you doing? And it doesn't have to be going to the gym and throwing the weights around. It can be going for a swim, going for a walk, going for a run, going for a bike ride. Yoga is fantastic. Pilates can be great. Tai Chi is wonderful. Anything that gets you into your body and gets it physically moving helps you to get that anxiety out, get that nervous energy out. Those are all great things to do on a regular basis to affect this interior environment where the anxiety will often come to visit or come to live. Okay, so that's this environment, that's you. The other thing we want to talk about is this environment up here. And one of the, that's your head, that's your mind. And one of the things that we can do for that is something called mindfulness. There's this whole, it's a fad now, everyone's on board with mindfulness, but it actually works very well for helping with anxiety and actually even for depression. Doing things like coloring, going and taking some mindfulness-based training, guided meditation. You can do YouTube searches for guided meditation, find a ton of it out there. You can also do a search on Google or your favorite search engine for mindfulness-based stress reduction. There are a number of programs out there that you can get into. Some of them you pay for, some of them are free. Actually, if you are interested, there is one that I will often refer clients to. It's free, it's 8 weeks. I was referred to it by a friend of mine who is a coach and also has suffered from anxiety for most of his life. Wonderful program. I make absolutely no money off of it. The people who put it out there make no money off of it. If you're interested, leave me a comment or shoot me a private message. I'll be happy to send you the link. But definitely take a look at mindfulness and mindfulness-based stress reduction. Those are all things that can help your environment, help you to create an area where you are less likely to feel like you need an anxiety attack to protect you from something. But one of the things I want to talk about is, and I mentioned this in the first video, focus. In any situation that we're in, there are 3 things that will determine how we react to a situation. Number 1 is what we're focusing on. And sometimes it's that thing that's making us anxious. Sometimes it's that thing we're worried about. Sometimes it's just the fact that we don't know what the answer is going to be, right? Number 1 is focus. Number 2 then is the meaning that we give whatever it is that we're focusing on. For example, I feel like I don't know what's going to happen if I walk out the door today. The meaning I'm going to give that is that it's dangerous to walk out the door today because it might kill me. Okay, that might not be the best meaning for me to choose to give something. Instead, I can say, I can choose to have it mean there might be something wonderful out that door. Talk with a therapist, talk with a coach. Happy to talk with you one-on-one about your particular issues, the particular way that you are focusing on things, and the meaning that you're giving things. The third thing is what we choose to do about it. If, for example, I choose to get anxious about the fact that I don't know what's outside my door every day, that can cause problems. That can lead to more anxiety attacks. If I choose instead to decide, you know what, I'm just going to go out and have fun anyway, and whatever happens, happens, that's a different thing. Now, again, it's easy to say that. It can be difficult to do that. To learn how to modify those 3 legs of the stool or those 3 corners of the triangle that determine how you see things and whether you get anxious about them or not. Talk to a competent professional. There are a number of exercises and tools that can be used to help you with that. Tomorrow, we will talk a little bit about some of those, but we're also going to move into talking about overwhelm tomorrow. So that's going to be great. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Please be there. Please bring a friend, like and share this video with those who can benefit from it. And in the meantime, between now and then, do your very best to live your very best life today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.